I'm the Batman. And it actually makes kind of sense here.
Muppet.
I'm so sorry. I thought you were going to say, I'm the Batman and the proud.
Oh, God.
That reminds me of this one...
I'm the Batman, and I'm not happy.
There is
That
a
reminds me
song
of this-
the good folks sing.
That reminds me of this thing where, like... It was something like... Oh, apparently, a bomb went off at his iceberg lounge.
Really?
Wait, the bomb... are we sure we're not talking about that explosion that happened when he freed Grundy?
No, apparently it happened just a couple hours ago.
Huh.
And apparently the security detail was the one who was responsible because he did not check the bag.
Oh.
And he didn't check for explosive devices in the bags. But anyway, let me move around this place a little bit. No, it reminds me of this like young children's video where like it was supposed to be teaching somebody about an aardvark.
Yes.
And that was basically the lyrics. It was like, I am an aardvark.
And the proud. It was actually from Sesame Street.
Now, okay.
Yeah, and what I was saying is that, like, what I was thinking was actually from an episode of Batman Beyond where it was Bruce's birthday and Terry takes Bruce to a Batman musical.
Oh, jeez. And I remember that now, and I remember that, and Bruce himself either saw or bit of it, and was like, oh my god.
It's like, you hate me, don't you?
I was going to say, is it better or just as cringy as as Rogers the Musical?
Oh, yeah.
I have not seen that for myself, so I'm
Captain
going
America
to assume
thing.
I'm poor.
I'll show it to you
my God.
sometime. You'll think it's interesting.
Well, I think she's talking about from Hawkeye because I
am
haven't
thinking
seen
of
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
Oh, okay, I need to watch that. For now, distraction. He left that fire extinguisher there, which means, I'll go.
Oh boy.
Well, that was quickly sorted.
Wow. There was so much action. We didn't actually get to see any of it.
Again, people are a bit bothered by that. Also, is that a bottle in his neck now?
No, that the thing in his neck is a voice box. Because the thing is, this version of Penguin has been smoking for so long that's affected his vocal cords, so they had like a voice box put in.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like, geez, I saw you once. You had one bottle in your head. Now you got two. What's next? Alright, so he's explaining the situation about how, yeah, no, they were not the ones responsible for killing Nightwing, but apparently the dude had witnessed it, and because he witnessed it, that's why he was then a target for that bombed assassination.
It was just a happy little accident.
Yeah, well, definitely took a number on the place. Oh, hey,
Uh-oh.
John.
Oh.
At this moment, I would love for you to just take a batarang and just fling it backwards.
It's like, oh, I'm busy. Nah, unfortunately, we are scripted to do something different, but for now, it's like, DiMaggio, I should have known.
I don't think it is DiMaggio. I didn't see him pop up in the voice actor page.
Oh, well, darn. Okay, well, it sounded like him. Oh, well. It was not who I presumed. For instance, for now, though, we're going to have the Batwing take him out non-lethally, so I'm just going to look at them all.
Nobody calls my son Nightwanker and gets away with it.
Nobody calls him
Ring,
Batman.
ring.
Oh.
Look over there, Sonny Jim.
Huh?
Huh? Oh shit!
Whoa.
Don't worry, they're not
they're
lethal.
they're just large, very loud rubber bullets. How I keep making them, I don't know. It's a surprise to me too. Yeah, I guess somebody already brought this up. Like, are we really to believe that Batman excavated the Batcave himself, all by himself, and had nobody else involved?
You'd be surprised.
I really
'cause I
wish
don't-
that, because I don't know if you tested it yourself, I really wish that it would give you the option to just slap him while he's upside down.
I know,
I
right?
wish, but it would have clipped to his hand. It would look silly.
What color's my underwear?
You can't say, you bloody moron! That was a trick question.
It's like, that was
How
good
is that a
question.
trick question? And it just moves.
Ugh.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess we can see now why the game got its M rating.
Well, all these have been getting, like... Has
no,
it
no,
been an Arkham game that didn't get an M rating?
No, basically, up until Arkham Knight, they've all had T ratings.
Oh.
Because that was before that was like right around the time before they started to become more comfortable with just letting Batman stories be more for the adults as opposed to
I mean-
teens.
Well, I mean,
I figured
they've been
City and Night kind of got touched upon, especially the horror elements in one.
A piece of the detonator
Asylum.
lodged in
Yeah, I
the
mean,
muscle
they've
of
always
the
been there. It's
thigh.
just that I guess DC still had a mandate or whatever that Batman stories can only be. Well, you gotta at least let teens watch them.
On the forensic scan.
Yeah, it's because of the Bruce Timm stuff.
But I guess after a while, they figured
Come on.
they pleaded, they cried, and then they said, "Okay, you can make Batman stories that only grown-ups can see," and and honestly, that's kind of how it's stuck ever since. Not all,
'Cause
also
now we
helped
got-
by for better or worse, Batman v Superman.
There could be
Well, I wouldn't
more
say that
trapped
I wouldn't say
in
that's a
the
recent thing because we've had like Batman stories made mostly for adults for years now. It's just that it hasn't been quite as
Wave-ranking penguin
mainstream.
enforcer and friend
Right.
Well, I know we then. Well, I mean, I think with the movies, they've all been pretty much quote unquote M-rated. I forget what rating the Batman is.
I think that one's still. Last I checked, I want to say it's still a PG-13. It might be R for all I know.
I think
it's
it is
PG-13.
PG-13.
I will say, as morbid as this is, I love this recording of this mortician.
Entry 1. So, what do we have here? Bombing crate. Third one this
There you
month.
go.
Poor dude.
And this
And
is
this
one
one
of
line,
those
I know-
models that you would use in a science class.
20s,
Yeah, I love this
well, murder, obviously, it's gone.
because it's so.
I'm still
There,
bored
that's
of
another
it.
secret achievement just for completing that model.
Jeez.
Okay.
Again, like I can't say I blame the dude. Like, if can you imagine like dealing with like Firefly, Joker, Clayface,
Yeah,
the
just
kind of
think
stuff
of
you
the
have to
bo-
see on a daily basis.
Yeah, think of the body count.
Freaking killer, freaking I forgot about even I completely forgot about freaking Killer Croc, which you have to probably deal with.
And, like that may as well just be may as well be Gotham's slogan. It's like, "Welcome to Gotham City, where you can sign your own death warrant for free."
It's like
Gotham
Gotham City.
one get a free sub.
It's like Gotham City. Population depends on the villain's mood.
Gotham City, when you're here, you're here.
For all, but
Please
but
leave
not for
quickly.
long. Yeah, seriously.
When you're here, what are you doing with your life?
Simultaneously hit by the
I mean, again, it just reminds me of that silly bit from Batman v Superman. Dawn of Justice, sorry. When it's just this happy-go-lucky metropolis, and across the way, the freaking Eeyore of landscape and real estate, there's Gotham with a permanent rain cloud over
I'm
its
sorry.
I'm switching over to the dark side.
head.
Hold on,
exactly what it is.
Another thing I just realized: Gotham City. The only silver lining: free housing insurance.
drywall.
Pretty much. 'Cause
Actually,
it's-
I'm not sure if even that, to be honest.
well, no, but in the sense, well, at the very least, like they have to provide because of just how much, and it's like, when can we move in? Oh, as soon as the previous tenant decides to leave. Oh, and okay, it is just miraculously opened up. You're free to move in whenever. Anyway, so
Gotham
there we go.
City
Okay, now it's just gonna repeat. So there you go.
autopsy report performed 4:30
Don't
October
need that anymore. Let's go find ourselves another little secret, which is, again, I mentioned the previous part that you can actually find evidence from quote-unquote Batman's previous failures. So over here, it's...
245?
Let's try it.
Doesn't have to be in a yeah, it has to be in a certain order.
425.
425?
Aha!
Ah!
Gotham City, the place to be to celebrate your short-lived
A
golden years.
key!
It's the best place to retire and know that it's worth it. Anyway, so this key gets us... Oh, modern locks.
You should really stop that recording.
Dude, well, I don't think you can.
It'll almost be over as soon as that it plays them one at a time. So as soon as that first one's down, there it goes. It just stopped. So there's the second body, but tucked away, little secret.
A
Little,
credit card.
Probably unsanitary. It's a security card. It's not the Bat credit card. This is silly times.
Let's see. There's a crowbar, a staff.
Oh.
Not just any staff though.
I know whose staff that is.
Evidence number
Nightwings.
And a screamer stick. Just billy clubs. But they can extend, I think.
Recovered from the scene of his murder.
And yeah, again, all these islands, these are going to become more relevant once we start Night, which, stay tuned for that one, that's going to be a long one. Crowbar.
Wait a minute. I only know of someone else who got himself beat to death with a crowbar.
Oh.
Apparently this wasn't in a warehouse, but in the asylum itself.
DNA evidence confirms it was used by the Joker during the torture of Jason.
Man, he still had that after all these years.
Okay.
Okay.
What's
there's a
up with the gun?
Well, it's a
I mean, I know
six-barrel.
lots of people have been shot. I'm the Batman.
Evidence number 142503. Handgun used by the Joker.
Oh.
Oh, right,
Ugh.
killing joke.
You really had to rub it. You really had to rub it in.
I love the
So,
difference
yeah.
where it's like when it comes to like the gun that paralyzed Barbara, you just gently put it down, but with the crowbar, it's like.
Well, no, the crowbar, that was me pantomiming, like, stun, like, oh god, like, drop it. I don't know. This is me just being... One of the things I'll say right now that VR allows me to do and have some fun with it is it allows me to, like, pretend I'm an actor as, like, a good one and not a horrible one, like normal. And yeah, there's the whole Gotham City incident.
Is it wrong that I was expecting you to literally toss the thing?
Well,
Nah, I can't do that every time. The joke runs out. I do it all the time.
There's more
Like-
shrapnel.
Seems like it.
Detonator
But also,
fragment
one
lines
dumb
are
joke I had in
used
mind
to
is like when Batman's recollecting it, he just goes, "That monster," and when he's like, he instinctively squeezes his fist, but he accidentally pops the blood packet.
It's like, oh jeez, oh god, it's
Ew.
everywhere. Oh no, oh god, Kleenex. But no,
Part of the
but no,
bomb's
so
detonator punctured the
again,
lower
overall,
abdomen.
like, hopefully I can find other ones that run a bit more
There
stably
isn't
than
enough
this,
here to
and at
trace
times
the
Psychonauts,
detonator's
but
origin. I need to
VR
examine the
is,
third
I think, a
victim.
really fun idea. I'm always gonna assume that it's kind of a
Janky.
niche thing, and I don't really see it as the future of gaming, but I definitely see it as a fun little spin-off, quote unquote.
Jackie Flynn.
I just think it's not going to be as
Target of
viable
the
until it starts
assassination.
becoming a little more affordable.
Which the Oculus is kind of close. It's on par with I would say it's on par with, say, the cost of a Switch, but even then, like, as we know with VR, there's definitely more than just money. You
Look,
have to deal
there's
with
a
like
chest.
you have to deal with like room size limitations. Like, I can't.
Detonator
I'll say right
fragments
now, I
buried
can't
in the maneuvering
record
stern eye.
VR in the
Partial
normal room I do
serial
everything else. This I actually had to run a 10-foot long
fragments
cable
are
away from my
mangled,
computer
twisted.
out
But
onto
if I
an
use the
office
vacuum
space
computer
that's
to simulate
outside of
the
my
original
bedroom in
shape,
order to be
I
able to
should be able
record
to
this
reconstruct the detonator
without bumping into
and
everything.
identify the serial number.
Or anybody.
Generating
Yes.
reconstruction.
Alright, so now we're going to do a little reconstruction of all the pieces we scanned to learn a bit more about the detonation device. So we just gotta go Karchunk. And a little Karchunk. And again, I'll say this right now, like, the mechanics in this, I would play a full game, but I'll play devil's advocate that I think one of the reasons why they can't do a full size game is, I mean, look at Asylum, look at City, look at freaking Night, and how long those games are. If they made a VR game that was that long, people would be complaining of headaches so often if they're having to play for that long.
Right.
So that's why VR usually you have to go for shorter, so that you're not encouraging long uses of the
device was
VR
registered to
stuff. But
see
I
the
mean,
demolition.
like you said, as the technology
They're
improves, as it
demolishing
becomes
an
more
old sewer
affordable,
system
I'm
beneath
not
Founders Island.
against
sewer
doing
could be
more
the
of this.
killer's
But anyway,
hideout.
we figured out
If I target
under
our
the Gotham
scanners
Water
in this
Company,
area, maybe I
very
can pick up
creative.
Robin's transmitter.
We're gonna hopefully track down where Robin. There he is. That sounds inviting as anything else. And we're gonna go there to hopefully figure out where he is now that that bomb gave us the evidence we need to find him there. Get the old thing up. And through the window we go. Note to Batman, note to self. Note to Batman. Open the skylight first.
I'll be right back.
Also, why would they have a... Okay. Also, why would they have a skylight in the morgue? That leads to so much, like, decontamination, potentially, whatever. After all of this very riveting transportation... There we are. The sewers. Thank you, babe. Now... I will also say that the environments, like, they look pretty nice. I believe they're using the same map models, Falcone, the same map models from Night to some extent.
I was actually going to ask earlier, like, how much of this game's assets do you think was more or less ripped wholesale from Night?
Only the backdrops I could think. What?
Together again. Haven't you realized we're inseparable?
Here comes James's favorite aspect of Arkham Knight, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, just all pretty much. No matter how hard we try, he'll always be stuck in our head.
To some extent. But anyway, put that away for now. For now, we're going to figure out where that voice is coming from, because as far as we know in this game taking place before Arkham Knight, well...
I think we have more or less cues who we're going to be fighting in a bit.
And bones everywhere, but yeah, for right now, we still don't know where that Joker voice is coming from and why, and
Your gift! Now I
I will say, God damn it, he's a loose cannon, but Mark Hamill gets results, and Mark Hamill's still a fun Joker.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
think-
he still gets the job done.
What about Mark
What
Hamill?
was it?
Oh,
Mark
hey,
Hamill's
Tim.
back. We've been hearing Joker's voice around here. It looks like we're now caught in whatever trap also caught Tim.
Oh, dear.
And
I followed the trail like you said. Led down here.
yeah,
Whoever it was, I didn't see them.
that's just how it is. Rough night for everyone.
This graffiti.
I love this line here.
Some kind of Joker copycat, maybe.
Wrong. And who are you calling copycat, Robin number 3?
Come on.
Huh,
Fair.
apparently even he can hear it.
Either that or it's like an alarm or something, and I can't power that. How about this box? It is a fuse box with a burnt out fuse.
Crap, and that's probably the one we need to use.
Okay, well, that ain't doing us any good.
It looks like a blown fuse. I'll check on this side.
Thank you, bub.
Much appreciated. Actually, wait. Are you sure you want to open that?
Did that say distant roar on the bottom?
Oh, God.
Well, not for long.
We need to
It's
hurry.
going to be a very near roar if we're not too quick.
There you go.
Okay, don't worry. The power's not on yet, and already, quickly note that password is A10B20C15.
You know, it's a good thing
This-
that thing there wasn't a bomb planted in there.
20. Okay, so
Sorry.
this one needs to be in the B spot. And then, unfortunately, I can't quite show the bottom of that's a 15, so that goes there. This is already 10, so into A, and we are good to go to see what this puppy does.
Goodbye.
Oh, that was the shock me button.
Electrocute ourselves.
Okay. Every room is not complete without one.
Okay.
And
Panel's open. Looks like some.
Oh,
boy.
we're no longer alone.
someone's
Oh, it's
hungry.
Zap! Hey! A zap him button.
No, I think you smell leather.
Who invited him?
New boots will be available soon. And again, like, I'll say definitely, like, for the most part, Batman's villains are usually pretty grounded. Until you get to, like, Clayface and Killer Croc, and now you're like, okay.
Well, Croc used to
Actual
be a little bit
monsters.
more grounded, but then they started to really emphasize,
but I'm missing
hey,
some
he's a
cards.
giant lizard man. We can have fun with
Let's
this.
find them.
Yeah, so now it's just straight up monsters. So, come to
Which
Papa.
I'm sure
Thank
someone
you.
doesn't mind.
Oh, yeah. Killer Croc,
Guilty
I
as
vote
charged.
majority.
Killer Croc is cool as long as he's not played by freaking Ice-T or whatever.
Ice
Ice T.
Or not Ice-T, not him. Crap. What was the
Cyborg.
guy
Ice
from-
Cube.
Ice Cube, thank you. Jeez, why did I say Ice-T? Yeah, Ice Cube from freaking Suicide Squad.
Wait, was that the guy that played him in Suicide Squad?
If not, I forgot his name. Oh no!
Wait, hold on.
cog.
I'm gonna look it up.
For now, I'm gonna get that cog back. Come
Thank
to
God.
Papa.
Oh, boy.
Oh, come on.
Squad Killer Croc. Okay.
Oh, you didn't like that last one.
was,
Oh damn.
where is it?
Ah, he'll
You
walk
okay?
it off.
We just need that.
Wait,
last
but
Now then, if I could do this while uninterrupted.
Also, it's still
Yes.
wet. Won't that, like, doubly short circuit the system?
Oh, the electric system's
Slide
down.
the lever.
Oh well.
Lever.
Oh, his name is Adewale Akinyon. I don't know what his name is, but he's a black British actor.
All right, you're.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Okay, I don't know why I said Ice Cube. I apologies. For now, our cage is jammed, so he's just gonna fix that up.
just watch out for any runaway crocs.
Mm-hmm. You don't want to get railed by a monster, do you?
Oh,
Oh, his body's not in there anymore.
Okay, that should do it.
Tim?
I'm still stuck in here.
All right. Let's get you out of here.
oh boy.
Oh,
Oh
shit.
no! No, don't hurt the boy! Stranger danger! Stranger danger!
Oh,
Oh. Wait a
and now
minute.
he's gone.
Actually,
What is going on
I
here?
don't think
we-
we were in. I don't think we were even in the sewers.
Where could we be? This is about to get quite perplexing.
Or convoluted.
Or convoluted. Or, at the worst, I'll say this is trying to explain the way Batman is in Night, or at least the way he acts. Because, if you recall, back where it all began.
Oh, the asylum.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the death of his parents.
No, actually, interesting. I'm surprised they don't actually call it
Intensive
intensive for her.
treatment.
Yeah, well, somehow I'm not surprised we would wind ourselves up showing up here.
Can we still even move our hands?
Yeah, we can, but I
Okay.
mean, no real point to it just right now. That would actually be interesting if like the whole point was you were in a straitjacket at this point. That would actually be neat, but for now we're gonna just sign ourselves in
Okay.
while we
Hopefully,
hear the sounds of someone getting tortured.
hopefully we'll get the help we need. Maybe take a nice hot
So,
bath with Epsom salt.
There's a newspaper article about Joker being cremated because he died
Mm-hmm.
Right.
in hell. Here we have a clipboard for the other patients. A Mr. Zaz, Arthur Wesker, not
Hey,
Alfred Wesker, not to be confused with him, and a Mr. Chill. So, okay, it goes out saying Zaz is the dude who keeps cutting himself because he's crazy like that.
Also, that's Arnold Wesker, if you're talking about the
Arnold
ventriloquist.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I forgot about the
owner
ventriloquist.
of the Scarface, was it?
Yep.
It's Scarface.
Look, Aaron Cash.
Yeah, that beatnik alcoholic.
Aaron Cash?
I think. No, I don't think. Was he?
Or
was
not,
he inside?
not Cash. I'm thinking of fucking what's his face? The guy from
You're thinking of Boyles.
I was thinking of Boyles. Thank you. Yeah, no. Aaron
this
Cash. Aaron Cash got his hand cut off or chomped off by Croc.
Yeah.
Yep, and right there, that would have been your ticket to figuring out the code in that previous level on future playthroughs, but I already knew it, and here's his fake arm. Don't know why he keeps it in here, but and yeah, he's the dude who got his arm munched on. So anyway, and again, Mr. Joe Chill kind of goes without saying.
Wonder how that. Actually, I'll admit, I'm actually surprised that bastard even got so bad he got put in Arkham.
Seriously.
Like all we know him for is just killing off Martha and Thomas.
And getting away with it to an extent.
Not sure, to be honest.
I mean,
Let's
I
go
figure that just. I mean, granted, I feel like he definitely would belong here if he did more, but it's like that
All
just
those
seems like
things.
something that just put him in Blackgate more than anything.
That is true. So yeah, there's Scarface. Pretty decent setup here. Maximum security.
Why are we even here? Actually,
I don't know. I hope it's working.
Oh. Esau.
one day, Betsy, I'm gonna fly this here coop.
It
I'm
almost
just
looked like
gonna
you were
leave
pointing at him for a second. He's like, you.
a weird one, and there's Mr. Zaz.
Oh,
As you do.
the back
Is
of
he cut-
Mr. Zaz, anyway.
He's cutting
love
off.
that it-
He's cutting off
Go
another
ahead.
piggy.
I love that it's like everyone has like these cool like backstories and powers, and there's just him. It's like, yeah, I just like cutting.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it was pretty much just their way of. Oh,
I'm on the
One in
can.
here.
Do you mind?
Oh,
Sorry.
wait, Wood can.
All right, Mr. Joe Chill. Let's go see what you look like.
oh.
Come here.
No,
What?
thank you.
That's
No, thank
it.
you.
Come on, what's up, dude? You actually look pretty nice compared to how you looked in City.
Ooh, kind of cozy in here, isn't it?
Cozy and where? You're the one in this.
Oh.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
What? What's going on?
are we the inmate?
Oh. Wait.
Last night, sir.
No, there's no
When
wing.
did you return?
What? Huh?
Ordinarily, I would beg you to take a night's rest, but, well, we have a situation.
A situation indeed.
Yeah, it's.
Focus. I need to find out who did this.
Come on.
Did
How to
what?
get out of the
I'm-
cell.
I'm at a point. I'm just thinking to
Oh.
myself. Oh,
Go ahead, James. Though
Follow the trail like you said.
what the fuck is even going on?
I will say, I'll throw this out there. As far as VR things like misdirection,
You were the best.
I will say that this part here, I like. They did a pretty good job. And again, like,
My
given the
turn.
right tools, Rocksteady could have just straight up made a horror game, and they know it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
The dude from the morgue.
Oh. For a moment, I was expecting him to clunky in the back of the head.
Revenge, so to
He said he
speak.
saw your boy done in. Said you'd be after him. Last thing he says before some wanker blows him up and after bloody iceberg.
It was a decent penguin. I'll give it a 5 out of 10.
I mean, assuming it was like a penguin from some other universe, I'd totally agree.
Fast, strong, but that wasn't why they beat you. They knew exactly how you'd fight.
How could this be?
How
What
can
the-
be? Oh, I just noticed like a lot of wait.
Here we are,
Oh.
together again.
Calibrating?
Haven't you realized we're
Infected blood.
I've got
It's
something
really starting to work
for
its
you.
magic.
Oh.
So again, this is basically, if it hasn't already become obvious, our mental destabilization of, are we going to end up like those violent people who also were infected by Joker's blood?
Oh,
Whoever
Oh,
it
boy.
was, I didn't see them coming
Still don't like that shaved head.
with this graffiti.
I mean, granted, at least for Croc, it means no strings attached.
I'll make the joke that it looks like Killer Croc's like, oh, whoa.
Oh.
oh,
Oh. But wait, I'm still wearing the gloves in the mirror. Unless...
unless I am the mirror.
I kill you
Oh.
myself. But
Oh!
Oh no.
The eyes. It was me. And thus the big old twist that builds it all up. What Batman is most afraid of.
the dynamic duo together at last.
So, were we playing as the Batman? Or the Joker? Or what?
So, and unfortunately, that's it. That is Batman Arkham VR.
I mean, shit.
So what that is meant to be is an interquel of showing Batman's descent into either paranoia or just the actual real destabilization, geez, I can talk, that Joker's infected blood has been affecting him because, and again, this is definitely more explored in Night. Whatever had happened, it's starting to make people believe they are Joker, or at least exhibit the exact same behaviors as Joker.
So all this time, Joker's dying wish, he wished for a whole world filled of Jokers.
Unintentionally so, because I don't think even he knew this was going to happen, but yeah.
Well,
That's what we're doing.
oh hey, you know what? All the better for me!
You just learn to take the good with the bad. But, yeah, otherwise, story-wise, I think they did some fun little tricks with VR. This song is called Inner Demon, by the way. It's from Arkham Knight. I love that song. Anyway, again, do I think it's worth the $20 to $40 asking price? Not really. Like, you just saw the game. It's kind of more of a tech demo of sorts. It's the usual stuff you've seen from VR, so I agree with the criticisms against it in that regard.
And pretty much what I said earlier still holds true. This very much should have just been a free add-on to Arkham Knight.
Right. Otherwise, but otherwise, did I enjoy it? I think so. Like, the animation looked pretty neat. The tracking worked. Nothing felt broken or clunky. And again, there is a whole post game where I cut it out because I figured it no real point in it because I'm not doing it. Is Riddler contacts you saying that he's hidden cubes in this quote unquote reality we live in, and if we find them all, we get to hear little bonus goodies from the back computer and stuff. I mean, otherwise, I think it's serviceable for establishing why Batman's going to be trying to distance himself from others in Night because he's worried about what he could become, which, again, stay tuned for Night to see how that actually turns out.
yeah.
Jordy or Hype, what did you guys think of our little trip into the VR world?
I will say it was quite interesting. I wasn't expecting that, but I also should have expected that because I know what happens in Arkham Knight, and I'm just like, should have seen that coming, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'll say, like, I do like the way that they tinkered around with the idea of using VR to, toy with, it's kind of like, what am I trying to say? It's like, I like how it kind of like messes with your mind sometimes, like particularly in like the last bit and the way that they used it for like puzzling. I'm not sure if I'm too keen on the story itself, though. Like, as a bridge between City and Night, I felt like there really isn't anything, like, there to salvage it. Like, I feel like you really could just skip it, and it wouldn't really impact the transition between City and Night all that much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's neat to see, and I agree with you there, it's neat to see, like, a little extra, like, first-person perspective kind of thing, but otherwise, yeah, the reason why I know enough to explain what's going on to James is that a lot of this is already like heavily explained in Night when we reach those points.
That's fair.
But otherwise, I'm glad I was able to at least give it its due.
Yeah,
in the
and I
Arkham
mean,
series.
The only reason we decided to do this in the first place, as we mentioned like a while back, Logan, having a VR headset had the means to do it, and especially since technically next on the docket is Arkham Knight, so may as well go ahead and get the quote unquote prequel out of our system.
And I guess the other thing, the other thing that I guess I can say I'm a little bummed about, but just kind of point this out is, this was technically the last Arkham game Rocksteady ever made.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Because now they're pretty much making Suicide Squad, and while we are technically getting a non-canon sequel with Gotham Knight, that's still being handled by WB Montreal. Which
I'm still cautiously optimistic about, but we're gonna have to see what happens between both Suicide Squad and that, if they can hold up. Otherwise, I guess at this point all we have left is the very middling Arkham Knight left to us.
Have fun with that, Logan.
Yeah, I gotta go back to practicing that. But thank you guys for joining it again. Once again, thank you, Hype, for introducing me to the Arkham stuff. It has been really fun to get invested in.
Well, I'm glad you have been enjoying the ride, even if, in retrospect, I kind of saddled you with what many people consider to be the lesser half of the Arkham series.
I got to see the better half. I got to see what it was, and that vision alone is all I needed.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And thank you, Jordy, for joining us.
No problem. And on that note, I gotta go. Bye!
Yeah.
Well, we gotta go too, so...
And thank you all for joining. The next VR games we do will hopefully be either a hodgepodge of little mini look-ats, or just get down to some actual, beefier things.
Yep, that all said, till next time, my little batsies!
Hello! Goodbye.
I am not amused.